So good morning to all of you. Am I audible?
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay, so are we ready to start the session, or we're going to take 5 minutes to start, sir?
Okay, Dr. Priyanka, ma'am, is it you with this name, Abhijit Nimbiwal?
Oh, yes, actually, there is some issue with my laptop, so I've shifted
Okay,
my PPT to another one.
fine, ma'am. Okay.
Do you want me to change the name here?
Yeah, I mean, because if you want to chat with the faculty members, then
Okay,
they would like to
then let me
send.
try. So, okay, let me
If
try. Then, can you share the ID and the password with me? Then I think I'll be probably able to, because
no,
when I'm
ma'am, it's fine. I mean, I can make you co-host with this, and will announce in the group that Dr. Priyanka has joined with this name, Abhijit Nimbiwal.
Actually, because
Just
you have shared the link, so link all directly brings me to this
right.
screen. If you will share email ID and password, I'll be probably able to change my name here.
Meeting ID and passcode.
Yes, meeting ID and password.
Yeah, okay.
If
I'm
then
I'm
I think
I'm forwarding it on your WhatsApp.
okay, sure.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Hi. Good morning, sir. Sorry, I could not change the name.
Okay,
The name showing JMD.
so you are under which name?
It's showing JMD. I tried, but I think
Yeah,
it's
GMD, I could see
not
that.
my laptop, so I
That's
have to.
fine, absolutely fine, ma'am. Absolutely fine.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So, shall I share my screen, sir?
You want to test it? Yeah, you can.
Yes, yes, yes. Let
Yeah,
me try.
yeah.
Is it visible?
Yeah, ma'am. It's visible.
Okay. So, when are we starting? Are all the participants here? Can we start now?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, we can for sure.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So,
I would be starting. I mean, first let
yes.
me introduce you and
All right,
welcome.
sir. Thank you.
Right. Right. Uh, okay. So good morning to all the faculty members and the participants who have joined this faculty development program all across India. So welcome to the sixth day of this faculty development program. And today we have with us the eminent speaker from Dr. Priyanka from Amity University, Gurugram, very young, bright, dynamic, and full of life and vitality. I have heard her sessions before also, and uh, it was a pleasure. I mean, it's a pleasure for us that she is the resource person for this session. And thank you, ma'am. Welcome, first of all. First of all,
Thank you, sir.
I would
Thank you
like
so
to,
much for such a beautiful introduction. I'm happy
and
to hear about myself.
right,
Really, really happy.
yeah.
All right.
Now I would like you to be introduced to all the faculty members. So I would like to share your introduction with all the faculty members present in this FDP. So
Sure.
Dr. Priyanka is a psychologist, a life coach, a motivational speaker, and a relationship counselor. She has more than 15 years experience as an expert in positive psychology, interpersonal relationship counseling. She is a promoter of mental health and well-being among all sections of the society. She is a registered counselor at practo.com. She's a counselor, mind and wellness clinic at and Artemis Hospital, Delhi. She is also a corporate counselor for Ericsson, Noida. She is counselor and intern for Delhi State AIDS Control Society in Delhi. So she has an interest in our areas of interest of research are positive psychology, social psychology, interpersonal relationship, health psychology, counseling psychology. She has also authored number of research papers, more than 20 research papers on mental health and social psychology in niche, and which are published in national and internationally renowned journals. So it's a great pleasure, ma'am, to have you with us. And we are extremely thankful to you for taking out your valuable time for this session. And now I hand over this session to you. Over to you, Dr. Priyanka, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. First of all, I really want to thank you for such an elaborated introduction of mine. And at a point, I was thinking, "Acha, itna sara list hai mera," but I'm really glad that you have explained it so well. And to begin with, I really want to thank you to the University of Engineering and Management uh, for calling me as a speaker to be a part of this FDP. And I've always been interested in talking about such topics. So I feel it as an opportunity for myself also, where I get a chance to speak about personality development and such topics. I really want to thank to the all the higher management or all the chairpersons, chancellor and vice chancellor, and every individual, everyone at the higher management level. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to interact with you and many other people. Okay, so my today's topic is personality development through life skills, which is reflecting on my PPT first screen. First of all, I have a small request before starting. Can I have a few cameras on? Because when we talk about psychology, it it in the quality of interaction increases when you see others' faces. So it feels better when you see the faces and you see whether they are understanding your concept or not. Otherwise it feel like I'm talking to walls. So I'm sorry, but if you can please switch on your cameras, few of you would be enough. So that would be great. That's my request to all of you, and thank you so much who have kept it on. Thank you, ma'am, Sneha ma'am. Okay, and thank you, sir. All right, so here to begin with, personality development through life skills. I'm Dr. Priyanka, and we're going to discuss about this thing. To begin with, what are life skills? Of course, we're going to talk about the same in detail, but what are the life skills? Let's brief them out into three categories. What we understand, life skills, what are life skills? One is thinking skills, that basically that involves being able to talk to people, being able to looking for multiple solutions to the problem and develop new innovative ideas. This is one skill which we use in everyday life. That's thinking skill. Next one is social skills, which we are aware of, that might involves us knowing how to develop healthy relationships, how to communicate effectively with people, and how to interact with others more successfully. And successfully means whatever your way and whatever your message you have conveyed it successfully, that is a successful interaction, social interaction. And then emotional skills. We all are emotional beings, and we definitely experience ups and downs on emotions. We experience various emotions during the day and throughout the life. So it involves basically being comfortable with whatever emotion you are in, being comfortable in your own skin, dealing with the variety of emotions which you experience throughout the day, and understanding that what is a prominent emotion you carry. So to begin with life skills, there are three life skills which you're going to work upon: thinking skills, social skills, and emotional skills. If we have a good hold on these three skills, we can contribute a lot into developing our personality. And these are not just words like thinking skills, social skill, emotional skills. We are practicing it in everyday life. But if we believe that we have to improve onto ourselves to make a better self of ours and make us do the best possible way, we still have to work upon all these three skills. So here comes personality. It has always been my favorite topic of discussion: personality and personality development. Personality, what is personality? Basically, there are a number of definitions given by a number of authors, but what I believe is personality is a combination of certain qualities and traits and characteristics which I possess, which I have, which I practice in every day, and which I reflect through my behavior, through my reactions in every day. So that is my personality. When I am comprised of certain characteristics, that makes me what I am, that identifies my personality. Next, personality development. So since I was quite young when I was in school, I've been hearing the same term, personality development, and till now this term is very popular. What makes it so popular, what makes it so important? Because wherever you go, whenever you go, we talk about personality of people. Whenever we talk to anyone, whenever we interact with people, we believe that we judge them on the basis of their personality. बहुत pleasant personality था, बहुत annoying personality था, whatever. We get impressed, or we develop our disliking on the basis of the personality of people. Why this concept of personality and personality development so important for us? Even now, the importance of personality development has increased. What is the race? What is the need? What is the demand? And why do we have to work upon? I have my personality, I'm happy about it, that's it. But if I want to develop it, what do you mean by development? And what I can develop upon, what exactly I can work upon? So there are certain questions when we talk about personality. So personality is what? I have certain characteristics, and I am reflected by those characteristics. That's my personality. When it comes to personality development, why do we need to develop our personality? Whatever we are, if we are happy with it, we are already good enough. We don't want to change anything. But there is always a scope of improvement. when we have more to achieve, when we desire more to achieve, when we aspire for more things, when we want to reach to the best of our capabilities, to the best part of us, then we have to work upon development of certain characteristics which are the part of personality. So that characteristics, if we improve upon, our personality automatically improves. So life skills for personality development, as we were talking about three life skills, and how we can work upon these life skills, I have certain examples for us. Number one is self-awareness. To my students, I always talk about self-awareness. Whether you want to change it or not, that's your choice. Because you might choose to change your personality or certain characteristics of yours. Sometimes you might not, because you're happy with whatever you are. So that's also fine. But self awareness is very important. And how you can be self aware, you can understand your strengths and weaknesses. This seems a very small word, this seems like a very small activity, but it is a first step towards grooming, towards developing what we are from here to the next level. This is the first thing. See, just like that, if you want to reach to a destination, you must know the path towards it, right? You should know the route where you're going to heading, where you're heading to, right? So again, if you want to head towards the growth of your characteristics or personality which you are currently having, you must know your current characteristics, where how you can work upon them and how you can lead to the another level. So the first step is self awareness. You must know about what your strengths and weaknesses are. Like if I say what my strengths are, I am good in interaction. I am extrovert. I am confident in public speaking. But there are definitely certain weaknesses of mine. Like I can be little lazy sometime. I can be little anxious sometime. Depends on the situations. Multiple things can happen. It's just an example. When I know what my characteristics are, what my strengths and weaknesses are, I can primarily work upon strengthening my strengths. Martin Seligman, happiness pay, positivity pay, he has worked a lot. Positive psychology always says you need not to work upon reducing your weaknesses. You always have to work upon strengthening your strengths. If you work upon what your talents are, what you're good at, what you are confident about, you try to improvise that part of yours. So weaknesses will already be unseen, unattended. They'll always and they automatically will go down basically. So strengthening your strengths are a very important aspect which you have to practice when you are working upon self awareness. And when you are aware of your own self, 25% of the target you have already met. Why? Because you know what's your problem, you know what you need, you know where you need to go. So everything depends on the first level, that's self awareness. And I want every one of you to practice a little, because I do it personally. I do it, writing down my strengths and weaknesses. Sometime I'm in good mood, I write more strengths. Sometime I'm in bad mood, I write more weaknesses. But that's part and parcel of the life. But I do write literally on a paper that what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses. If my weaknesses are able to be handled, I work upon them. Otherwise, I primarily focus on my strength. Okay, let's do this. Automatically weaknesses will be avoided and will be least effective. So self awareness, seeing yourself, understanding and knowing yourself is the first thing. Then you will be able to see what is good for you and what is bad for you. Okay, I want to mention that if anybody wants to ask any question or anything, and if they have any point in the middle of the presentation, I'm okay with it. You can raise your hand and ask the question, no problem. So it's self-awareness, which is very important, which you have heard of. I know many of you have heard of, but how many of you practice that? That's very important. And how regularly you practice that, because these are just small things we all have heard, but how many of us has actually used them into our life to develop ourselves to the next level? That's a question, and you have to introspect for that. So type of self-awareness, they are simple, because I'm categorizing this to understand how you can be self-aware about. Like it's a big clutter of information which you can be aware of, but if I'm categorizing them into 2 or 3 categories, that will make you little more organized into categorizing the awareness level. Public awareness, like how you interact with people, how you present yourself in front of people, how people understand of you, what people's feedback and opinion about you. I'm not saying that take it literally or take it seriously. I'm saying just try to know that how you interact and how people, what people think of you, right? How people are, how you are being watched, how you are being evaluated, how you are being understood. So there are various things that you can understand from others perspective. Nearly you can take your friends and family members perspective, that how I'm being observed and seen. So public self awareness is very important, how publicly you are being observed, seen and understood. Then private self awareness, again very important, seeing yourself into the mirror and being aware of you physically, psychologically, socially, everything. So what you have, what strengths and weaknesses you have, what is in you, what makes you what you are. So understand yourself into your private way. We do not reflect our strengths and weaknesses to everyone, but in deep down in our heart we know what my strengths are, what my weaknesses are, what I am, why I am I really good, did I ever do a mistake. I'm not trying to see, whenever I commit a mistake I project to the people like, "Ki, this is not my mistake, this just happened," and it, we use defense mechanism and many more things. But deep down in heart we know that where I am right, where I'm wrong. So private self awareness is very important. You don't mention it to anyone, but you should know about yourself so that you can improve upon it. It's very important, and try writing it down. All right, so this was about public and private self awareness. So basically now we are coming to the point which we are talking about, how you can develop your personality. First of all, you have to look upon which part of personality you have to work upon. See, we are very good in certain things, we are not so good in few things, and we are very bad into a few things. So there is definitely a category and which applies to everyone, whosoever and whatsoever level they are at. We are having this categorization of every individual. So you should know which section of your personality or yourself need an improvement. So first of all, speaking up, interacting with people, being, express yourself, put your points is very important, right? You don't be afraid of being judged by people. Please mark it. Do not be afraid of being judged by people, because there's nothing right and wrong in this world. Right and wrong is just the state of mind. For one person, doing murder is a wrong thing, is extremely bad and wrong thing. For the other person, doing murder in the self defense is the most possible and the correct most thing, because he did it in the self defense. It was a murder, but in both the situation the condition changes, and the meaning and the response and the circumstances has changed. So the condition has also changed. So there is nothing like correct or incorrect. There is always a state of individual who says that is it correct or it is not correct. There are a number of examples in our nearby, in our surroundings, where I am agreeing with something, I say this is right, and the other people who doesn't have that state of mind, not having that educational background as I had. I'm not saying that mine is good, others ones is bad. I'm saying we have difference in brought up, education, environment, family background, opinions. Definitely we gonna have a difference in beliefs and opinions and ideas. So for me one thing can be very good, for another person it can be like not so good or not at all good. So there's nothing right and wrong. For me something is right, for another person is wrong. So if I'm in a good mood, I like a joke, even a PJ I can laugh upon because I'm in a good mood. And at the other moment of the day, when I'm in really bad mood, I can get irritated with a very good joke also. So joke has not changed. It's my state of mind which has changed, and the interpretation of the entire situation changed because of that particular state of mind. So speaking up is very important. When you communicate publicly, assertively, honestly for the right thing and need of yourself and others, it's always right. See, the way of presentation definitely should be in the public favor or not into basically against, but you have to put your point. That brings a lot of confidence, and of course whatever you believe in you are presenting it. To help you take a new step to learn to speak up more powerful for yourself and advocate for your own needs, feelings, values and wishes. It's very important that you begin with these 5 steps to speak up, to communicate, to present yourself. And if you talk about personality development, there's not just one aspect which works on personality development. There are multi-dimensional things which comes together and work upon a single personality. So what are those 5 steps? One is examine what you have learned in your childhood. Examine, because of course whichever you have learned in your childhood has become your base of learning, growth, development, and your current state of mind. So you have to understand what you have learned was right or not, or if you have to change that learning, you have to get into the next level of learning. Whatever it is, you have to understand it. Get very clear about what you need to say and have that conversation. You cannot just randomly speak. You should be very clear about what your idea is and how you're going to present it. Be the honest version of yourself. Honesty is the best policy. Earlier I used to hear it when I was in a school. I used to say these are just all slogans and you know phrases, and there's no meaning. But now when I work in my practical life, I've been into education and a professional area from quite a long time. I understood that honesty is actually the best policy, because you don't have to be, you know you don't have to be feel shy, you don't have to feel underconfident, you don't have to hide your eyes from somebody, you don't have to manipulate your sentences when you are honest. When you're lying, you have to always remember what you lied for last time. But when you're honest, you don't have to remember anything, it's automatically fitted into your mind. So honesty is the best thing, because when you represent yourself, somebody or the other will figure out whether you're honest or not. So honesty is the first level you should meet, definitely. Understand the ecosystem and individual you are dealing with. So if you believe that there are people who are going to understand your point, you should speak towards them. If you believe that whatever you say they're not going to understand it, there's no point speaking. You're wasting your energy, time. That's also a thing which you have to understand. There's a very famous saying, it's kind of joke which we use sometime to make people understand. Never argue with stupid people. Why? First they will bring you to their own level, and then they'll beat you in experience. And this is a real thing. I know I used to laugh on it. I don't know what your responses are, but because I can't see your faces. But the point is, you should understand the ecosystem, what kind of environment is going on, what kind of things are happening. If you say right thing in the right environment, it will you know give it will be given more value. And if there's something serious going on and talking about jokes, or if something very funny going on and you're talking about serious thing, so the information and the ecosystem of the information will not match. That will make your that will reduce the importance of your sayings. So always see किस तरह का environment है, कहाँ पे क्या बात बोलनी है, and then you speak. And prepare for the consequences. This is again, always think of pros and cons which are coming into the future. If you'll do this, what probably can happen, because that will prepare you to face, to be ready to understand what can be the possible result. So you're not very shocked with the failure, and you're not very euphoric with the success, because you have already understood it. So prepare for the consequences. Speaking up is one thing, but before speak, you have to think in detail. Whatever you're speaking is logical, meaningful, and valuable, and you don't have to randomly say just for the sake of speaking, because then people will think कि आप बस बोलते हो, आप अच्छा या valuable या quality नहीं बोलते हो. Always try to present yourself in a best possible way. Speaking up. Practice effective listening. इसके लिए मेरे पास एक बहुत अच्छा example है, which I generally give. You all might have heard of Nelson Mandela, sir. He's a legend. He's a living legend. He has always inspired people, and he is a person specifically who is admired by most of the people around the globe. See, there are certain people who are admired by a few and disliked by a few, but Nelson Mandela is a person who is admired by most of the population. So he's universally known and admired. So once somebody asked Nelson Mandela that how come you are a very good listener? How come you have become such an effective leader? So he said, my father was a leader of a tribe. His father was a leader of a tribe. Whenever they used to go for a tribe meeting, they used to sit in a circle. That's the first practice they do. And the second practice his father always do is he always was the last to speak. See, Many people have told us to develop the quality of effective listening. Many people told us, and you are being hearing the same thing from decades or years or whatever, that you have to practice effective listening. But how we can do that? It's not really easy. It's really, really tough. But one, that key which you can use, which I'm using definitely, and which you can use to be effective listener, is always try to speak in the end. See, there are many benefits of doing this. Number one, uh, see, if there are certain leaders who says that they are actually a very good leader and they are practicing their leadership and being really influential, even those people, when they come to meeting, they say, okay, that's the issue, this is the solution, this is what I think, give me your opinions. So that it's already too late, because you have already given your opinion. So whenever people will be coming out with their opinions and solutions, it will be always influenced by the one you said, because you're leader. Never ever do this. Whenever you want others' opinion, never give your opinion at the first. It has many benefits. Number one, other people will believe that they have given chance to speak and they are being heard. That's a quality of a good leader and, of course, a good personality. Second thing, before giving your opinion, you will understand what all possible solutions can be of this particular condition. So maybe you have your limited thinking, but other people, who they might come up with different interesting ideas, and that will give a better solution to you. So rather than giving your opinion first, you have to listen to them. People will feel happy and part of the team. If you agree with somebody, don't nod yes. If you disagree, do not nod no. Just listen to them and ask whatever opinion they have given, what is the reason of that opinion? What is the base of that opinion? Why do they think so? Maybe they can come up with very innovative and wonderful ideas which you don't have. So it's better you listen to them and then practice it. Then in the end, you will get the chance to speak. And whatever you will speak, that will be the combination of your idea, others' opinion, and the support which you will get being a good leader from the people. So then, whatever you will choose, that will be the best possible solution. And this is what Nelson Mandela practiced, and we can also practice. It's not a very easy task, but try to control your speak till the end. Is not so difficult as well. So always try to speak in the end. That's the key to be a good listener. I hope you believe that, and I hope you understood that. So when we practice effective listening, there are certain characteristics also which we should have. Face the speaker and maintain the eye contact. That makes other feel that we are actually listening to them. Be attentive and don't show anxiety on your face. You have to be relaxed and show that, okay, I understand your point, and showing that, okay, your expression tells and feeds the other person that, okay, is it really a big deal or a small? If I say, oh, really? Then people will think, the other person who's the subject or the client will think, okay, it's really a big deal because my counselor is also giving that expression. But if I'm relaxed, easy, then half of the worries of the client will go, because my counselor think it's not a big deal. So it's actually not a big deal. So you have to stay relaxed, keep an open mind, don't be judgmental, don't interrupt, and don't impose your solution. That's the first thing a counselor should practice, or any individual should practice. Basically, do not interrupt in the middle. Let people speak properly, let people speak whatever they want to express, and do not give your side of solution. Just help them in figuring out their own solution, but do not impose your solution to them, right? And then wait for the speaker to pause to ask clarifying questions. Let them ask the question, then you answer. Do not give solution without asking, right? And listen to the feelings and facts. It's very important that you listen to others' feelings and facts, because at that point, you can you can uh, understand what point of view they are having, and you'll be able to help them in finding the solution. Somebody raised hand in the middle. May I ask what's the point you want to mention? Hello, somebody raised the hand. Bina T. Hello, is there anyone?
I think, ma'am, it could be by mistake also.
Okay, okay, not a problem.
Right.
So yes, thank you, sir. Next thing, manage your time. See, Maybe due to media, maybe due to TV, maybe due to certain phones or any other channels or magazines or newspaper or many forces, many reasons. We are leading towards a dumbing down of ideas generation. Why dumbing down of idea generation? Because we are always busy. I don't know what we are busy in, but just look at yourself. We're always busy. And even while listening to me, many people are doing multitasking because they're busy, right? We are busy in doing something, and 80% of time we are busy in doing something which might not be qualitative, which might not be effective. This generation is busiest than any generation ever. Statistics says, not me, statistics says that this current generation on the verge of being busy, they're extremely occupied and busy always. And again, the statistic itself says 80% of the time we are busy in doing something which is invaluable, which is just for the survival or just for the psychological happiness, or sometimes just to please others, just if for the sake of being occupied, just because we have to do something, we are doing for the sake of doing, but that's not valuable. And only 20% of the time we are actually working upon something which we are meant for, which we are developed for, which is going to contribute into developing our future, our career, our family. So 80% of the time, please introspect yourself and figure out 80% of the time we are busy in no quality work. And that is why we call it dumbing down of ideas, because all the quality of the brain and the energy we are wasting into being busy into not so important things. And when 80% of energy is gone, we are left with only 20% of energy which we contribute for something to do better, but that's just 20%. Just imagine if we switch that number. 80% of the time we are doing quality work. Quality work doesn't mean that you always study. There are a number of things which you can do in terms of adding quality into your life. I'll tell you later on in further slides. I'm going to mention it to you what can add quality into your life. If we switch that number, 80% of the time we are doing quality work, contribution to self, family, society, and developing our confidence and and leisure is also quality, basically not wasting time on social media or doing random things to please others or whatever. So if we try to do certain things like that, we we are wasting time. So try to switch that 80% to the qualitative work and 20% to the random things which we need to do sometime, which are important part of life, but really need not to put so much of time and energy into it, right? So when we talk about switching this, time is something. If you ask me, you give me my phone, I'll give it to you. I can get another one. If you ask my laptop, I can get another one. If you ask my car, my house, whatever materialistic thing, anything, I can give it to you, and any day of the life I can get it, I can earn it and buy it for myself again. But if you take my time, that is something you're taking from me, which is irreversible, which is gone. Once gone is always gone. So when I am working upon something, I have to give quality and have to give weightage to my time. We are working on money management, we are working on daily routine management, work management, or so many things. And we have heard the term time management, but how many of us has practiced it? We are busy with the rubbish things most of the time, of course, yes. And we are wasting time, whatever energy and quality and ideas we can have, we are wasting it into getting involved with certain unimportant things like social media, Instagram, Facebook. And when we see Facebook, the pressure of being happy has increased because everybody is gone for the vacation. I am not going anywhere. Somebody has gone to hill station or out station or international or adding some going to parties, having fun, drinking, having dancing or whatever. I'm not doing anything. That's another anxiety which we have created because of the social media. And then we try to put ourselves into the race of reaching to that. And then that drains out the quality and the energy from us. So you basically try to manage your time, right? Do not get involved into something which is not so important. Figure out what's important for you and what's not. So work out your goals. There are certain points which are very nicely mentioned. Work out your goals. What is your ultimate target? Make a list of the things and make a check. Number one is done, number two is done, number three is done. And I would suggest you make a list on the increasing order of difficulty, because once you do the easiest thing first, you get confidence. एक तो खत्म हुआ, at least list में से एक चीज out हो गई. टेक द नेक्स्ट लेवल, दूसरी चीज करी, इजी थी बट लिस्ट में से दो चीजें आउट हो गई. दैट गिव्स यू कॉन्फिडेंस दैट ओके यू डिड समथिंग, एंड देन यू कैन रीच टू द नेक्स्ट लेवल easily. Focus on the results. That's the next point. You always have to see what you're going to get in result of this response or this behavior. Take a break. It's again very important. When you are consistently doing, your machinery will get tired. So give a breathe, give a gap to your machinery, to brain and body, and then try to add into it quality into your work. Prioritize your important task. Whatever is important and need to be done early, do that. I know these things are very boring to hear, but yes, these are part of time management. And there are 4 Ds. 4 Ds are very important. You practice in your life, you are sorted. I'm telling you, I did this. 4 Ds: delete something which is not so important, delete it from your list. Delete matlab delete. I'm not gonna do this because it's not really going to put any quality to me. Do, if it is important, do it. Delegate if it's not so, because I've seen many people who are keep on doing work and keep on whining and keep on craving. मेरे पास इतना काम है, मैं ये करती हूँ, मैं वो करती हूँ, मुझे सांस नहीं आता, मुझे टाइम नहीं मिलता, मैं बहुत सारी चीजें हैं करने के लिए, so and so and so and so. So if you think that there are certain works which can be delegated to somebody, किसी को और को दे दीजिए, उससे कराइए काम. आप delegate कीजिए अपना work so that आपका जो quality और energy है वो preserve रहे. I'm not saying कि सब कुछ दे दो, बट जो दूसरों से करा सकते हैं वो तो एटलीस्ट आप करा लीजिए. एंड देन डेफर. यू कैन डू इट some other day if it is not so important. आज नहीं करना, बाद में कर लेंगे. लेकिन that attitude should not be there for everything. Depends कि कौन सी चीज deferable है, उसको defer कीजिए. Do it later on. एटलीस्ट इस वक्त आपकी एनर्जी कहीं और फोकस्ड है, वहां पे फोकस कीजिए. I hope you understood this point. Being honest to yourself is very important, as I mentioned earlier. If you are honest to yourself, you're the best part of yourself. See, you can pretend to be whatever to the people. You can pretend to show yourself you're this, you're that, you're positive, you're enthusiastic, you're confident, whatever, but you know within yourself what you are. So being honest to yourself, being true to yourself, will give you a confidence. You're fearless. A clarity of mind will be there. Accept your weaknesses and flaws. Try to work upon them. Accept your skills and strengths. And being honest gives you the next level of confidence. कि मुझे पता है, मुझे नहीं आता तो नहीं आता. आता है तो आता है. So I'm not fearless. I'm not doing it because I don't know how to do it. I can try, but I can't be best into this. I have met my fear of being failed, being judged, being, rated. I said, I might do it. I'm not sure. I've met my fear. I've challenged my fear. So whatever I achieve, I'm ready for it. So it's very important that you become fearless, you become confident by being honest. ठीक है. Honesty makes relationship better, friendship better. So honesty is very important aspect for a developed personality, and life becomes very beautiful because you don't have to answer anyone, you don't have to manipulate yourself, you don't have to develop excuse me, you don't have to come up with good ideas or don't have to please people. Basically, you have to be honest, and people, if they like you, they will come to you. If they don't like you, they'll just go away. But that's the best thing, right? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm having a little cold, so my throat must be, my voice would be really heavy probably. Acha, focus on quality. We always hear it in school, college. Quality kaam karo, quality kaam karo. Why? Because quality, if we do one thing or two things, but that's to with the quality. Just for an example, हम लोग paper publish करते हैं. We do paper publication in various journals, and we in our deep heart we know that which is a very good journal, which is not good journal. अगर मैं एक पेपर स्कोपस में पब्लिश करूं और 6 पेपर में रैंडम जर्नल में पब्लिश करूं, I would be more confident for one paper in Scopus rather than those 6 papers which I have published in random journals. So maybe for quality, I have to compromise with my numbers of publication, but I will be really, really confident, and you know, I will be really happy and proud about myself that I have published one paper in Scopus, and that will lead to a chain of performances because we have learned how to give quality. So in that case, I would suggest that please focus on the quality, because once you focus on the quality, you become more confident, you become more seen, you are more admired. Instead, if you have a list of many papers in non-recognized journals, so focus on the quality. And agar abhi tak bhi nahi kiya, to it's okay. Whenever you start, any day is good to start. So you can start focusing now and don't judge yourself pehle kyun nahi kiya. Which is gone, whatever is gone is gone. So basically focus on the next thing, focus on the quality, which is very important. Having confidence. So Rohit Sharma, you must be knowing him for his Robin Sharma, sorry, for his books The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, or Who'll Cry When You'll Die. Many books. He really talk about confidence, happiness. Whatever you have, you strengthen it. So feeling of certainty and confidence is very important for us to practice. When you, when whatever you speak, you should look confident, and you should always believe कि आपको जो पता है वो दूसरे को नहीं पता है. Whatever you are speaking in front of people, you should be confident about it. You should feel that pressure, so confidence and proud that okay, yes, I am confident about what I'm saying. ठीक है. You should smile, you should stand properly, you should sit properly. Your body language should be in a way, your tone of voice, everything should in a way that you are confident enough in whatever you're doing. So confidence is key to success. You must be seeing people around you. जो कॉन्फिडेंस से बोलता है आपको उसकी बात पे ट्रस्ट ज्यादा होता है. We trust those people who are very firm and confident in expressing themselves, and those who are babbling or maybe stammering or maybe keeping their eyes down and keeping their body closed. So if we see the overall body language, we see that this person is lying or not confident enough, because he's not keeping eye contact, he's not speaking well, his voice is fluctuating. So you have to feel and represent yourself confidently. Whatever is happening inside you doesn't matter. You have to show yourself with confidence. Whatever you speak, whatever you say, whatever you believe in, just believe in. Take a deep breath and never judge yourself with others आए कि जो मैं बोलूंगा हो सकता है सामने वाले को गलत लगे. नहीं, ये आपका पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है, ये आपका पर्सपेक्टिव है, आपने अपना पर्सपेक्टिव अच्छे से बोला. सामने वाले को ठीक लगे तो ठीक है, नहीं लगे तो नहीं. But you don't lose your confidence just because what people will think, how people will judge you. That should not be there. Whatever it is, it's you. See, if I dance, if I tell you one thing about myself, I'm an extremely bad singer, extremely bad. But I like singing. So what to do? I used to see I used to do bathroom singing or closed room singing and all that. Then I realized I want to sing in public, but I'm a bad singer. Doesn't matter. People had to hear me. I can sing and I have a good feeling in my inside me. I have a better intention inside me. I started singing. I know that people said chup ho jao, bas karo, fata dhol hai, whatever. But I felt like I have to sing. I am singing, right? And there's no criteria of right and wrong, as I said. If I'm not liked by you, you can leave. You can just close your ears. You can just go. You can just say whatever you want to. But I want to sing right now. I'm not harming anyone per se. I want to sing. I want to sing. That's it. And whatever you decide, it's a very good point I'm going to mention here. Take the responsibilities of your actions. Then you will be very confident. I have an example, and I have been into 3 very serious situations in my life: my job, my marriage, and my education. These are the 3 basic milestones of me, whatever I am today. I had to take responsibility of my action in that case, that whatever I've done is my choice. I'm doing it, I'm confident about it. And trust me, I am not regretting on any of these. So when I take decision by a deep thought, I don't have to be really, no, I checked what can be the pros and cons, what can be the side effects and the right solutions. I've gone through it and then I took my decision and I'm confident about it and I am taking responsibility of my actions. Whatever happens, I'm ready to take it. I'm not going to blame anyone. That kind of confidence you should have. And if you have it, just trust me, the glow and the confidence on your face is going to be the next level. You're going to be, yes, I can do it. Whatever I say is right. Why do I have to always agree with you? I can have my own opinion. Yes, you can have. Have that confidence. Very important. Think confidently, appear confident, and practice confidence. All these things that you have to appear, your body language, your postures, your eye contact, your smile, everything has to uh, be in a more confident way so that you look confident. Think confidently, that you have to believe that I am whatever I'm thinking is right. My talent, I believe into my talents. I remember everything about myself. I know my strengths and weaknesses, and I'm good about it. And then you have to practice confidence. Don't over apologize. Don't over please people. Embrace your interest. You can talk to strangers. ठीक है. Expect success. You know, ये शाहरुख खान का बहुत फेमस डायलॉग है कि जब आप किसी चीज को बहुत शिद्दत से चाहते हो तो पूरी कायनात आपको उससे मिलाने पे लग जाती है. That's true. Law of attraction. सुना है आपने? That's true. If you practice confidence and if you believe into yourself, trust me, I've experienced it in my life. When you believe into something, you get it. So expect success. कोई भी चीज ये सोच के मत करो कि मैं फेल हो सकता हूँ या I might lose या I might not be good in this. You say I'm giving my best to it. I'll win. I'll at least reach to the next level of it. So that confidence is very important to have. Next very important thing is stop whining. Especially kids do it and now we also do it. Whining. What is whining basically? Complaining for everything. I can't do it. I'm so occupied. I have lack of I have time. I have more of responsibilities. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Why I'm being targeted? All this. All these are whining. Why did you do this to me? Why can't you help me? Why could you judge me like that? Why? So this mode of complaining which we have developed in the form of defense mechanism, you should get away from it. Whatever is happening for a reason. If you want to change it or be with it. That's the only simple formula that you, if you like it, be with it. If you want to change it, change it. If you can't change it, then you have to accept it and keep trying to change if you want to try. But stop whining. And what one thing we can do to practice stopping whining is, let's celebrate a no whining Wednesday. It's a rhyming thing. Whining Wednesday. No whining Wednesday. There's a day in a week where you are not going to complain for anything at all. And whenever you whine, just put a coin into a piggy bank or a jar or whatever. Just put a coin whenever you complain, whenever you whine. Why this, that, I'm overoccupied, I'm done, I'm tired. Why that person is having that much of fun, I'm not having. It's all psychological. It's all what I have created in my mind. It's not given by anyone. So stop whining and try practicing this exercise. Whenever you whine or complain, put a coin into your piggy bank or a jar. You'll see in a week, in the end of the week, you'll have full jar of coins. I believe that there, because I have made my students practice it. And they realize that how much they complain in a day, how much they complain in the lifetime, because they always consider others to be responsible for their whatever is happening in their life. If I'm not getting it because I have so much of work in house, I can't focus on my work. If I'm not being able to score well, I have so many responsibilities. Light nahi thi, papa ne padne nahi diya, notes nahi the, bahut sara kaam tha, I couldn't score much. All this complaining and whining has to stop. Again, take responsibility of your action. So you should have that trust. You should have that confidence that you're not going to whine, you're not going to blame, you're not going to cry for which is not happening to you. If it is happening to you, it's, we always get credit to give credit to ourselves if we are successful. And if we are not, we always blame others for it. That's we do. Every one of us, we do. Yes, because we don't want to feel anxious and bad and stressed. That's a defense mechanism that we blame others for it. He didn't do that. अगर एग्जाम पेपर में हम फेल हो गए तो क्या कहेंगे, टीचर ने एग्जाम पेपर बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट बनाया था और आउट ऑफ सिलेबस क्वेश्चंस थे, इसलिए मैं फेल हो गया। अगर आपने टॉप स्कोर किया तो मैं पढ़ा बहुत अच्छा था इसलिए मैंने टॉप स्कोर किया। सो क्रेडिट आई एम गिविंग टू माई सेल्फ फॉर द हायर स्कोरिंग, बट वेन एवर इट कम्स टू टेकिंग क्रेडिट और टेकिंग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ माई फेलियर, आई एम गिविंग टू अदर्स, आई एम कॉलिंग अदर्स रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर इट। मैं रात को पढ़ नहीं पाया, मेरी तबीयत ठीक नहीं थी, मुझे नोट्स नहीं मिले, मुझे सिलेबस नहीं मिला, मुझे टीचर ने पढ़ाया नहीं, आउट ऑफ सिलेबस, whatever. And in real life also we practice these things. We working women have many issues, though we have, there are serious issues as well. And working men also, they're occupied, they have work, they have pressure, the boss is like that, the family is like that, we have dual responsibilities, we have kids, we have family, all these things. Stop whining. If you can do, deal with it, deal. Otherwise, change it. That's the only solution. I hope you understood that. Learn to say no gracefully. It's a very important aspect of life. So, we are in stress because of many things which we do without our wish, because we could not say no to somebody. So, I'm not saying you have to be rude. You can say, if somebody asks you, can you help me? You can't say, no, I don't want to help you. You can say, sorry, I'm occupied. I won't be able to do it this time. I might try it next time. I'm not saying say no to everyone. I'm saying whenever it is not feasible for you, whenever it is taking extra energy, whenever is substituting with your important work, you have something really important to do, लेकिन आपका दोस्त कह रहा है कि चल चाय पी के आनी है, आप कह रहे हो नहीं मुझे पेपर कंप्लीट करना है, okay, नहीं चाय पीने चलेंगे, तो you can say no politely. Saying no is a very essential activity. And saying no to not important activity is very important. Just say it, just practice it once or twice. If you prioritize yourself, people will also give priority to you. There's another very famous saying, जो खुद की इज्जत करता है, कद्र करता है, लोग भी उसकी कद्र करते हैं, जो खुद की कद्र नहीं करता, लोग उसकी नहीं करते। यानी कि इफ यू आर अवेलेबल फॉर एवरीवन, सो हर बंदा कहेगा इसको ले जाओ, ये फ्री है, ये चला जाता है, ये कर देता है, ठीक है, हर बंदा आपको बोलेगा ही कैन डू इट बिकॉज he's always available, so people take you for granted. If you say no, I'm occupied, I have something very important to do, people will take it seriously, and next time they'll again ask you, are you free, can you be a part of this activity, then you're getting respect and value for your work. So it's very important to say no to some certain activities which are not so important. Understood? Are you getting my point here? Learn to say no. Have you ever tried saying no to anyone? Just try it once and you will realize it was magical. When I say no, I could save my time, my energy, and my wish, my mood, because I wanted to do something. I kept myself into that. I'm feeling confident, and that brings glow on your face, of course. Staying present in the moment बहुत ज़रूरी है. See, it's very common that we get distracted with the past and the future ideas, especially in the past. Whatever happens, इसने मेरे साथ ये किया, उसने वो किया, मुझे ये मिला, वो हुआ. Especially we linger on with the things which were negative. क्यों हुआ, कैसे हुआ, कब हुआ, किसने किया, क्यों किया, all these things. And it's very natural as well, because you might get into past, you might get into those thoughts, and you might have the anxiety of the future. क्या हो सकता है, कब होगा, किसने क्या सोचा होगा मेरे बारे में, किसने क्या कहा होगा, कौन कैसा करेगा, अगर मैंने ये किया तो इसका क्या रिजल्ट होगा. So whenever you see yourself drifting to the past and the future, try to come back to the present. I know it takes time and it is effortful. Don't last yourself forever into the past or the future time. Just try to be a part of the current time. Try to be a part. Just a second. My battery is low. Just a second, please. Sorry for the interruption. Okay, sorry. Okay. All right. So stay in the present moment. It's very important that you understand that what's important for you. Stay in the present moment to understand whatever you're doing is more valuable than drifting with the past and the future. So whenever you go around with the past and future, try to come back to the present. Because Martin Seligman has worked upon happiness a lot, and he has very interestingly mentioned if we are diverted towards past and the future, we are the least happy person. If we are staying in the present, we can change our future and we can be the most happy person altogether differently. So yes, stay in the present and you can be a happy individual. Practice gratitude. How many of you practice gratitude? What is gratitude basically? Being thankful, being humble, being appreciating towards people's kindness. I'm grateful for your help. I'm grateful for your support. I'm grateful for your presence. Be humble. Show your gratitude towards people. Each day, think of three things you are grateful for: nature, shelter, food, air, good health, good family, love, affection, a whole good grown up society, a good education and career. Be thankful to three things every day. Thank God for such a healthy, good meal. There are a number of people around the globe who are not getting one day meal. Three times to chhod dijiye. One time meal in the day. So we have to be grateful for things. Start a gratitude journal. Means you can start writing a few things about what you are grateful about. Practice gratitude ritual. So some people says grace before a meal, some people says thanks to God for all the things. So practice gratitude journal. Okay, thank you God, whatever you have given to us, a good health, a life, a facility, or if we are sleeping with the fed tummy, when we are sleeping with education and a salary in our account, or some money for our safety in the account. Think about those people who are empty stomach and empty pocket. They are still trying to be gratitudeful or positive or thankful to God. So we be blessed with every single thing around us. We should be really grateful to God Almighty and the energy around us. And next, God has made us capable enough to earn and to build whatever we want to be as an individual, as a person, as a career, as a reputation, or as a finance, whatever is the field. We are made enough capable by God Almighty that yes, we can do whatever we want to. And not just God Almighty, if there are people who thank you, who sorry help you, who are people, you can be grateful to your parents, your friends, your siblings, your teachers, your colleagues, who are trying to be a good part of your life. If you like some place, it's because of the people who are around you. If you like your family, it's because of your family members. If you love your college, your office, your workplace, because you're having good colleagues with you. If you're liking your work, there's a contribution of your boss as well. So please try to be thankful to Almighty and to everything which you have received from the world. Adopt healthy lifestyle. This is another add-on to a perfect personality, because personality doesn't mean what you think, how you think. Your thoughts are very much connected with your physical health. Again, very famous saying, healthy mind lies in healthy body. And this is absolutely correct. If I'm unhealthy, I cannot think well. If I am in fever, cold, or if I am unwell, COVID, whatever, I cannot think straight because my brain is not functioning as effectively as it was when it was healthy. So, primarily, if you want to function effectively, your body has to be working in parallel to your thoughts. Create an impressive personal profile by keeping your health intact and active. Try to start your day with a particular exercise routine. Eat healthy food. I'm not saying always avoid junk food, because sometimes जितना वो खराब होता है उतना ही ज़्यादा tasty होता है. So we are attracted towards pizzas and burgers, though we know these are unhealthy, but still we like them sometimes. So sometimes it's okay, but try to keep a healthy lifestyle. Move out of the comfort zone, because most of us believe and know that exercising is very important for our health, but we hardly do it. So try to stick to your routine. Come out of comfort zone. Just break your sleep half an hour or 1 hour before your journal, your usual time routine, and give yourself some time to exercise, to breathe, to yoga, to pranayam, to meditation. That's very important. Do whatever makes you happy, whichever exercise, gym जाना है, yoga करना है, dance करना है, zumba करना है, stretching करना है, meditation करना, whatever makes you happy, do that. But do that, it's very important. Follow relaxation techniques, yoga, meditation, that increases your self confidence, internal love, self love, and that develops a positive aura around you. So healthy lifestyle is a very important part. And you are 80% out of the psychological problem when you follow a healthy routine. And routine comprised of healthy eating, healthy exercising, and 8 hours sleep. If you are practicing these three very common basic and ever always use techniques, that you eat healthy, you sleep 8 hours of sleep, minimum 6 hours to 8 hours, and do some exercise. 80% of your psychological stress is out. Trust me, just practice it for 15 days and you will believe that. More skills you can use for the personal growth. Keep a journal. You always write your whatever you feel, whatever makes you feel good, whatever is good for you, or whatever you think that you should write about it. Spend a day without phone. That's very important. Nearly impossible, but it's important. And you will realize कि इतना कुछ important आपने miss नहीं किया. Sometime I forget my phone at my home and I go to work. When I come back, I hardly have one or two missed call or 4 to 5 WhatsApp messages. Then I realize कि अरे इतना भी कुछ miss नहीं किया जितना मैं सोच रही थी. So it's not so important thing जिसको हमने इतना important बनाया हुआ है, which keeps us occupied uselessly. So try to cut down one day without phone. List your problems. It's very important. And whatever problems you have, it becomes a clutter and a web and a jungle inside your brain if you don't write them down. If you write your problems, you get a list of it. Some of them you will realize are not so important. It's very important you bring them down in a paper and try to understand which is important and try to solve them one by one. Develop your talent, do your hobby classes, work upon whatever you like. It's very important. Self love is very important. Practice forgiveness. One time there was a person, I can't mention his name, but there was a person who tried to uh, pressurize me for certain official work, a lot of it. And I was bound to do that work, but I generated automatically that hatred and that you know aggression toward that person. And due to that, I went into depression. I know I'm also a human being a psychologist also. I can have depression feeling, but I did not let it last for long. That's how psychologists do. They can have stress, but they should be able to come out of it little quickly. I literally sat down for a day and then thought everything whatever he did, and then in the end I said to myself, Priyanka, maaf kar do use. And you won't believe, it was magical. I was like, yes, I have a bigger heart than that person. I have bigger sense of understanding. I am more intellectual. I am more positive. I am looking forward to the positivity of life. I can't get stuck with this negative thought. Maaf kar do usse. Literally say these things to yourself. Maaf kar do. And I did that, and I feel like, oh, thank God. I'm relieved. I hated that person and I forgive that person. I'm happy, right? Whenever that person calls me or meets me, I always think, ठीक है मैंने इसको माफ कर दिया. I have no grudges for him. So whenever we talk next time, I'm neutral. Not very positive, of course, but I'm neutral to that person. Take proper sleep and listen to music. Music adds melody, music adds charm, romance, happiness, smile, mood, emotions, flow of emotions, so many things into our life. So always listen to music, whichever music you like, whatever kind of music you like. You always try to listen to some music, classical, hip hop, or disco, or melody, or romantic, or ghazal, or whatever you like. Listen to that. It takes you to the next level. And it is basically distraction from your current situation. So it gives a breathe, it gives a relaxation to your brain away from the thoughts which are already running in your mind. And when you come back, you're more fresh and ready to take the next level of the situations. Always consider your life is full of situations, not full of problems. When you believe that your life is full of situations, and being an alive person, you have to always meet with one or two situations all the time. You can't be away from the situations. You will always have one or two situations running in your life, because without that you cannot be alive. But if you do not deal with those situations effectively, if you do not give value to them, if you do not solve them on time, if you do not pay attention to them, it becomes problem, because these are unresolved. Just like a wound, if you ignore the wound, it becomes serious, it becomes even more dangerous. If you heal the wound whenever it comes, whenever you get it, it's not a problem ever. It's just a situation which has come to your life. You have dealt with it with planning, with effectiveness. It's gone. And then there's nothing that you're ready for the next situation. But if you do not deal with the coming situations, let them be, let them wait, let them unresolved, then it becomes troubling, that it becomes serious for the life. It becomes like a wound, unhealed wound, and it'll keep on pricking you. कि मैं भी हूँ, I still exist, I'm unresolved. Then your life becomes pathetic. So try to see all the situations, not problems, are in your life. Deal with all situations and you will be ready for the next. You won't have any problem in life, right? And practice empathy, positivity, forgiveness, humbleness, gratitude. You will never have enemies. You'll be a calm, positive, attractive personality with a good aura, and people will want to be close to you. Trust me that. All right. So this was all about personality development. And as I mentioned in the first, with the first slide, personality doesn't mean that how you look, what kind of clothes you wear, how do you speak. Is the overall growth of an individual with looks, with presentation, with confidence, with knowledge, with health, with mindset. So it's a wholesome. जैसे मैंने आपको शुरू में मेंशन किया था, social skills, emotional skills, physical skills. So all these adds into developing a personality, and all these aspects contributed into personality development. That's it from my side. If you have anything to say, please, you can come up with your questions. No questions? You can raise your hand or drop a question in your chat box. No.
Dear participants, please feel free to ask questions to Dr. Priyanka. If you have any questions, any doubt related to this topic, or in your personal life also, or in professional life, if you want to share something or you want to discuss something with her, please go ahead.
It's okay. Maybe either somebody has totally understood or not at all. Both ways is fine. I'm open for the discussion if anybody has any. Otherwise, that's all right. No problem.
Namaste, ma'am. I am Dr. Snelita Dhaka.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, namaste, ma'am. Namaste.
It was nice listening you, and the complete content was so comprehensive and extensive at the same time to discuss about the personality development. But ma'am, one point I just want to add here: if we replace the term weakness with the term limitation when we are discussing personality, because see, anger cannot be always a weakness.
Yes.
Sometimes it plays a very, for example, anger, it plays a very positive role. If we get to know that our senior authority will get a little bit angry about all these irregularities, we automatically regulate our affair in a positive direction. We improve the things.
Right.
We try our best to have to update the things in proper manner as it is expected. So in that way, that anger is not a weakness. Yes, but yes, if somebody is short tempered, then it can be a limiting factor to that personality, because people will hesitate to contact that person for any type of discussion or any type of suggestion, or maybe those will be scared to have any type of communication with that person. So
Yes.
that was a point coming to
Yes,
my
yes,
mind.
very rightly, ma'am. You have mentioned it is exactly like when we talk about stress. There are eustress and de-stress both. So eustress is a positive stress which makes us complete the task within time so that we do not fail. And de-stress is definitely a negative stress which hampers our performance. So it's just like a de-stress. Every emotion has a contribution. That's why they exist. But overdo of any emotion can be troubling. Overdo
Yes,
of any
yes,
overdo of any emotions can be troubling.
of everything. Let it be it is of the
Exactly.
destructive activities or the constructive activities.
Exactly. Sometimes you are
Excess,
aggressively working to meet
yes,
your target. That's a positive approach. But sometimes you are aggressive but not working on the target. That's a negative approach. So definitely, whatever approach you carry leads you to a direction.
So that can be a limiting factor to that particular person, that maybe aggression is the specific feature of that personality. Okay.
Yes.
So that can be considered as a limiting factor at some point of time. Maybe that
Right.
can be considered as a very positive attribute at some other occasion.
Right. Right. Definitely, it is there. Very rightly mentioned, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Maybe actually today I am having high fever, so maybe I could not be that energetic.
No, no, it
So I'm
was
so sorry for that.
excellent. It was
I'm
so
having bad
comprehensive
throat,
and
cold, and
extensive.
fever.
As we people, we teach English classes, so many a time, or most of the time, we must say that we deal with this topic directly
Yes.
or indirectly. So,
Yes, ma'am.
so
You're
many
right.
things you have guided us will be definitely involving in our classroom.
It's just that practical practice of whatever you think is right. So
Yes, yes, definitely.
definitely, when we do it, we definitely reach to a level. So yes, thank you, ma'am. Anyone else, please?
Yes, please, ma'am. I am getting comments on the chat section, like
Okay, let me
Dr.
check.
Matoshi is saying that it was a wonderful lecture. She thoroughly enjoyed your session.
Okay,
Right.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Actually, I'm trying to look at the chat box where it is. Can I have an access to chat box, sir? I think I can't see it.
There's an option more.
Okay,
The more you can find in the chat section.
I tried, but I can't see. I can only see the link you have shared. So I think
Okay.
I can't see the chat section here. But thank you so much for your comments, seriously. And I'm not saying that, see, in the end, I want to mention whatever I'm saying is because I believe into all these things. You can have altogether a new belief or a different beliefs. You just have to follow your heart. I try to put up the points which are general, which can be generalized, and which many people can follow to develop their personality. And you can have altogether a different opinion. That's all right, and that's well accepted. I mentioned my point of view. You can have your own point of view, and you can have your own way of living the life. But the whole point is, whatever you believe in, do that. Whatever you think is correct for you, do that. Right? With that, I have completed my sayings. Yes, sir. Over to
Yes.
you,
Oh,
sir.
yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. I mean, it was very insightful session, and you have very well articulated all the aspects of personality. Definitely, your session will go a long way in changing the life of people. It
I wish,
was,
sir.
yeah, it was so nice. Like most of us remained stick to ours, and we remained glued to
That's
our
I'm grateful
seats.
for, seriously.
Right, right. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your session. Thank you for your valuable time and the thoughts
Thank
which
you,
you
sir.
have shared with us. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. And thank you all, and all the very best for whatever you decide for yourself. Thanks a lot, everyone. Sir, shall I leave now?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Goodbye, ma'am. So, dear participants, thank you so much for joining this session. We are on the sixth day of the faculty development program, and we are almost done with this session. As I discussed with you in yesterday also regarding that reflection session that we are going to have tomorrow in the afternoon session. Tomorrow we are going to have valedictory session in the afternoon, and in that valedictory session, I have put a window of 10 minutes where I will be giving you the chance to share your experiences, share your thoughts with us regarding this faculty development program. So as I have requested yesterday, I am again requesting you that some of you should be prepared with your thoughts and experience to share with our audience, with all the higher management people who would be there, the chief guest, and also the guest of honor will be there. So I want you to share your thoughts in front of all the people and all the guests tomorrow in the valedictory session. So that's one thing. And I too wanted to have interaction with you, although I did not get much chance because I kept on coordinating with the guests and arranging time and making sure of their presence. So most of you would not be knowing me also. So just because we are left with some more time, so I would definitely would like to introduce myself to all of you. And I would say that nearly 12 years of my life I have spent abroad. So in which 10 years I have worked in Saudi Arabia and 2 years I have worked in Libya. So just after completing my PhD from University of Rajasthan in the year 2009, I moved to Libya and then to Saudi Arabia. So those 12 years of my life were life-changing years of my life. Like there was so much to learn for me in these 12 years. There were, and also working in these universities gave me the chance to travel to different countries. So I have been to United States 4 times in my life, and I have been to Japan, I have been to Turkey, I have been to Dubai, and I have been to Malaysia, Thailand, and I have been to Malta. So altogether, I have traveled nearly 10 countries so far. So based on my experience, I would like to share some of my thoughts with you. Although many of the session speakers are sharing and their thoughts with all of you, but here I would take this opportunity to share my life learning lessons over the experience I had of working abroad, and then coming back to India during COVID, and now working with Indian University, and currently working with University of Engineering and Management. So I would like to share some of these my personal experiences. On the basis of my personal experiences, I want you to try all these things. Now, first thing is, what should be your inspiration? Now, for this particular question, I always say to my students that your inspiration should be this question: why not I? When others can do it, why not I? Why can't I do it? When somebody can become vice chancellor at such a young age, if somebody can become, somebody can come up with a university and can become a chancellor, then why not I? What am I lacking? I mean, you have got all the skills, you have got the knowledge, you have got the potential. Then why not you try to do something in your life? So you should always ask this question to yourself: why not I? When others can do it. And one more thing I would like to say, that till 40 years, I would say that by the age of 40 is the age to learn, and after 40 it is the age to produce. So if you are not doing anything, even after at the age of 40, if you are not able to present a lecture, if you are not able to speak before the audience, if you are not able to discuss anything, then it means all your knowledge, all your experience which you gained over 40 years is a waste of time. So you have to develop your personality. You need to develop your personality. You need to work hard. You need to be expressive. You need to be assertive. You need to have certain targets in your life. I have seen people wasting their time gossiping. Most of the time they are gossiping about others. So you have to take responsibility of yourself, as the other speakers have already mentioned it. I too would like to say, be responsible, take responsibility of yourself, take responsibility of your time. Time is very crucial. It's almost 15 years now. I have not watched a single movie in theater, not because I don't like it, but because I think it's a waste of time for me. What I will gain there in 3 hours, I can achieve that in just by reading the review of that movie. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I would read about the review of that movie and I can discuss with you in the same way as if I have seen that movie. So that's the thing. Like, you have to manage your time. What you have to utilize your time. You have got a very short life and you have so much to do in this short life. You have to take care of your family. You have to come up with your career. You have to have good relations. You have to give time to your friends. Everything in one single life, you have to achieve it. So you have to learn how to best utilize your time. You need to learn how to utilize your time. Be constructive. Do Many of you are doctorates. Many of you have you are working as professors or associate professors. So just by having the designation will not matter in your life. You do something concrete that by your work, your university gets the name and fame. You lift the level of the university by your publications. So see how many I'm really thankful to many of the organizations who are now they are now giving they are now paying incentives for writing research papers in Scopus or getting them published in SCI journals. So so people have started realizing the value of quality. So you too start doing quality work, utilize your time in doing constructive things. Please don't waste this precious life. You have got one life to do and you want to achieve everything in this one particular life. So I want all of you to take responsibility of yourself. Whatever things happening around you, we are responsible for it. When I see a beggar in the street, I think it is my responsibility or it is my failure if I see someone begging in the street. So see, how can you contribute? How can you stop it? The township in which I live, so just nearby that there's a slum, and in that slum, I actually went to that slum area, and I made sure that the workers who come to our township, their childrens, when they are left alone at home, they should get education. So at we in the society, we decided to run a school for them, and we hired 2 teachers, and for last it's almost last 5 to 7 years down the line, we are paying for those. I am paying for those salary of those 2 teachers. So a small contribution, but I'm doing from my end. All of you can contribute this way in the upliftment of the society. See, if you become rich, that's good, but if others also if others remain poor, that is also not good, because tomorrow then the same people who are left out, they may start looting you, they may start stealing things from your house, they will become robbers. So it is as we are in academic field, it is our responsibility to see that along with us we change the life and the pattern of living of other people also. So that's one thing which I wanted to. And also, whenever there is any opportunity, please don't leave it. Grab that opportunity. Uh, any opportunity which comes to your way, please grab it, whether you know it or you don't know it. At the most, what will happen? You will fail it, no? But at least you will be happy that you tried. So grab any opportunity which comes your way. Generally, who are you? Now, I would say a person, I would define that person as average of 5 people with whom you spend most of your time, you hang out with, who are, these 5 or 6 people with whom you spend most of your time, your personality would be matching with these 5 people with whom you move around, with whom you hang out with. So that's you. With so my contention here is, these 5 people whom you choose to move around with, these 5 people should be those who are better than you in position, better than you in knowledge, better than you in all the aspects. Because if these 5 people are the ones who are below to your level, then there is no learning for you to hang out with these 5 people. So always try that the 5 people with whom you spend most of your time, they should be the people who are higher to your status, higher to your knowledge, because it is from them where you will get to know. So today, if you, I'm not saying to ignore them, if even if there is a junior, and if there is something to learn from him, obviously it's good. But try to choose people who are better than you. So in that case, you will learn more. And now, you see, the difference between foreign universities and Indian universities is, Indian universities are very demanding. You see, there's a term in corporate sector which they say umbrella personality. In Indian universities also, they need nowadays faculty members who are who are carrying this umbrella personality with them. Umbrella personality means core, that handle, that stick is your core knowledge. That stick is your core mm, competency. So you should have competence in one particular area, and then rest all are peripheral skills. That includes your communication skills, that includes your organizational skills, that includes your interpersonal skills, that includes your technical skills, that includes your other skills. So nowadays, Indian universities are looking for people with umbrella personality, who are good in their subject, who have command over their subject, as well as they can be utilized to work in other organizational works, whether it is management, whether it is placement, whether it is counseling, it could be any kind of work which, depending on your potential, they want to utilize it. So develop this umbrella personality. And I will end this small interaction that I am having with you, saying that come out of your comfort zone. I have seen people, they are generally, they generally stick to one university. It's almost 10 years, 15 years down the line, and they are in such a comfort zone that they think that they don't want to. I mean, it's good if you are comfortable, that's fine. But the point is, comfortness brings some kind of complacency. It brings you a self-satisfaction. And if you are satisfied, then your growth will stop. Obviously, you will get some higher position in that university, but then you yourself, your personal growth will stop. So my point is, whenever you are in a comfort zone, please come out of it. It could be trying something new in the same organization, or it could be changing the organization. Like what I always feel is, in any organization, 3, 4, 5 years are good enough for you to learn and make your own identity. But you reach to a stage where there is nothing to learn for you. People are learning from you, but you don't have anything to learn from the institute. So in that case, you have to take a calculated risk. You have to come out of your comfort zone. So because when you will move around in different places, and I believe me, I have been to so many countries. Indians are so much respected outside. Indian brain is required, and we most of the time we lack opportunities or we underestimate ourselves, we undervalue ourselves. But believe me, once start applying for abroad also, you will definitely get into some good universities, and you will at least once in a life you should go out of India. Then you will realize the greatness of India, because now I know India much better than when I was in India, because I got to know more about India from others. So that's the point. Once in a life, if possible, please do go abroad, see how those people live, come back to India, try to bring change in the life of the people, make uh, see how they live. I will give you one small incident when I went to America. So they just asked me what time you would be coming to the guest house and what time you would be leaving. And and they tried to make things so convenient to me that when I before I reached there, they told me that when you will enter the guest house, it will be midnight. You will find no one there. So there will be a keyboard there. You just take keys from there, enter your name in the register, and you can go and have rest in your room. Same thing they said when I was leaving, because you have a late night flight. So I mean, they are thinking so much about the convenience of others. Here we are creating problems for others. There people think of providing convenience to others. How can we make our life convenient, and how can we make others life convenient? So we have to need to change mindset. There is so much which is required. Japan spends 5 years of its primary education on art of living. You go to Japan, what a culture! You will find people standing in queues. Nobody will like to cross the queue. Or I mean, such a culture I have seen. And when I come to India, sometimes although with all its diversity, with all my love for India, I sometimes feel like we have not been able to produce a single world-class city so far. We don't have a world-class city so far. Dubai, such a small country, it has come up with a city like Dubai. We have Hong Kong, we have Macau, such well-developed cities, small places, but they have come out with such a world-class cities. We, with such a big nation, have still not been able to make one world-class city, so that we can show to the world that we have a city like a world-class city. So there are so many things. I have come into this field, and now I think with all the knowledge and experience which I have gained, I will be trying to bring change in the life of people. And these are small things which all of us, we can try at our level. So I'm sorry, I have exceeded the time. Thank you. This is, I mean, I wanted to have interaction with you, but I was not getting time. So just I got this opportunity. I got this time space. So I just discussed few things with you. Anyways, thank you so much. Thank you all of you for attending this session. Thank you for being a part of this session. And I think somewhere in between, I said that when I enter in the class, I just say one thing to my student, that be disciplined and be regular. Rest you leave it on me, because if you do these two things, then I will definitely be able to bring change in your life. So same way, you two are regular. I am happy about it. And you two have been very disciplined throughout the session. So that's also a great thing. I can congratulate to all of you for these two qualities which you have reflected in the session. Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much for attending the session. We will be meeting again at 1:30. I know you might be feeling hungry now. It's lunchtime. So let's meet again at 1:30 p.m. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Right. We'll be meeting again at 1:30.
Sure, sir.